just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Following the interception, Love eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. To throw now, here's Love. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Love, they go play action now. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Kamara's got the first down and then some. And finally brought down at the 43.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43.
Switch.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to get to the 31 and for the first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off Byron Jones. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a give right side. It's Sims. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
On 3rd down, Sims. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make... would have said, go for it.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. We're scoreless after 1. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On play action, here's Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal.
Here's Sims on the run. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's got room. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Running with Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Throwing. Love. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Von Bell. And the Dolphins are going to take over
once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the turnover, it's Tua. A dump off to Sims. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Sims. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 39, Tua. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's brought down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Tua now on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. On 2nd and 10, Tua. Flush to his right. He gets it to Sims, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Love. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in. Complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there just before halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action this time with Love. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Over the middle, complete. That's Sims. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but There's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And the final number on Next Gen Stats, how about this? 71 yards through the air. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week one, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. And bulldozing his way through. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Yeah, way to go. That's what
A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
On play action, Love to throw. Going deep here for Landry. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Off the play fake, Love. Rolling to his right. And that will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 20. On the ground, the drive starts with Sims. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for Miami. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 45 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Play action. Now it's Tua rolling to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Love. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown. Rico Gafford, 44 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it again with Sims. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Sims. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw taken in by Slayton. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Slayton on the slant. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On 2nd down, it's Sims, and the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there, with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And my goodness, another interception.
I need to get my
Picked off at the 17, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Love back to it here after the pick six. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Here I come. 58, right over there, yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch a slat, watch a slat.
Love looking to throw it. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 35. And down to the 20. A big-time play there for New Orleans. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Going back to Love. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On play action, here's Tua. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Again, they run with Sims. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to...
And this is caught. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Love now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing. Love. He's going to let it fly. They've got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. 1st down, going to the air with Love. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. Go. You get
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now a give, right side. Sims. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sims. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field